You know, content creation can be harder than your 9 to 5. Some people are like, what? A 9 to 5? Come on. Content creation? Listen, it's so much that you have to do in content creation. Some people, they just don't realize what it is that you have to do. Get in the game and see what it is. I bet you could not do a 9 to 5 and content creation. Some people are doing a 9 to 5, part-time and full-time. Are you doing a 9 to 5, part-time and full-time, and or full-time, and doing content creation? Well, let me tell you something. It's not that easy, I'm telling you. But the way that it will be better is if you have a community that can help you along, to encourage you and give you some accountability, right? So I have the 1,000 plus new content creators community, but let's get on into it. How is content creation more, like, definitely harder than a 9 to 5, or can be harder than a 9 to 5? Well, first of all, you have to have a title, thumbnail. You got to have your ideas in place. You got to have your keywords, your SEO words, all of this stuff. Search engine optimization, SEO. You know, a lot of things you just don't know when you start this. You got to learn everything about whatever platform that you're going to get on before you get on it. And here's the funny part. A lot of times you just start without even knowing. You just start without even knowing. Some people just start and say, hey, let me just do this for fun. And then you start realizing, oh, wait a minute. This is really a business. This is not a job. This is a business. So, hey, you start realizing this is work. I got to get to it. I got to make sure I have my videos out here timed correctly on certain days, and when the algorithm says that my people are on, you know, all of these analytics, all of this. You want to keep up with your numbers, all of these different things. And it can be harder than a 9 to 5 because, first of all, you have to have where you want to set up at. Listen, look at, this is my wall. This is a wall. This is my office. So I'm setting up right here. I'm not showing everything, but I'm just showing my wall. Some people are going to say, oh, I see a shadow in the background. So what? This is still content creation. And you do what you can do with what you have. And some people, they beat themselves up about how their content look. They don't even put out the content. They don't even put out the content sometimes. They critique themselves so much out of putting out certain videos. So yes, it can be hard because you actually have to come up with your own routine, your own system of doing things, right? So it can be a daily challenge, and or you have to get things in order. You have to schedule what you want to do. So what I suggest is you write it all out. You write it all out. If you decide that you really want to be a content creator, you got to know, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Look, first of all, you got to know what you want to do. You got to know your goals. You got to know your goals. You got to know when you want to get this accomplished. Do you want to get monetized? When do you want to get monetized by? Do you know what it's going to take to get monetized? In whatever platform. Let's talk about YouTube right now. It's going to take 1,000. Now, it might change later, but for right now, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours on your long form videos, and your live streams collectively. That's where you get your watch hours from, 4,000 watch hours, or 1,000 subscribers and 10 million shorts views within 90 days. Okay? If you're a unicorn and you can do the shorts, hey, do your thing. And I commend you if you can do that. But it's certain rules and regulations you got to learn. You can't just go all out here, just, wilding and thinking that you can do whatever you want to. There's copyright strikes, all of that stuff. You can't just play music. You just can't play everybody's music. You got to have a license to play these people's music. There's certain things that you have to do, and you don't want to have to pay. You don't want to have to pay. So what do? You start getting in a community and learning what you got to do. You can go and check out different apps and make your own music. I suggest people go to Suno, make your own music, copyright your own music, do those types of things. But it's more than just that. You got to make sure that you're speaking well. You can't say certain things. Yeah, I know, right? You have to mind your mouth. Absolutely. You can't just cursing people out and doing certain things. Yeah, you got to mind yourself. And a lot of y'all don't know this, but you got to mind yourself outside of YouTube as well, outside of your social medias, especially YouTube. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. It's in the guidelines. You better go read it. It says that on and off this platform, you need to be in alignment, basically. Go read it for yourself. I'm not going to pull it up for you. I need you to go pull up YouTube guidelines for yourself. Okay? A lot of people, they want to be spoon-fed. I want you to start reading for yourself. Learn for yourself. Right? Because this ain't no cult and this ain't no boot camp. That's what I always say. And you got to learn for yourself so that you can get monetized. And let me tell y'all something. With me, I just went old school. I didn't do any restreaming. And some people going to say, well, what's restreaming? That's when you have videos looping all over the place. They loop and loop. And it's just not a cool thing because you're not talking with the people, and it's not good. You're not talking with and engaging with people. So guess what? YouTube don't like that. It's out of here. It's basically out of here. It's not going to get you monetized. Using too much AI will not get you monetized. So I didn't use any AI. I didn't use any restream. Everything was boom. Y'all going to learn who I am. That's what I did. So anyway, listen, the best way to get things done is to start a 90-day challenge, right? And guess what? I have a 90-day challenge that I have started to help people get monetized, to learn what to do, to have community so you're not by yourself. So here it is right here. Go check this video out and just remember that we're here to help you win. Talk to you guys later.